Hey there. Today, the moon is in expressive Leo, bringing a little bit more excitement, enthusiasm, and drama, or at least the ability to move and express what we've been feeling on the inside as the moon went through Cancer over the weekend. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro vibe for Monday, December 8th. With that moon in Leo, as it enters Leo about 6:48 p.m. Pacific time on Sunday, we have that Leo moon forming an opposition as it enters early Leo, opposing Pluto in Aquarius, so activating some of that deeper place of truth and honesty and transformation, where we need to be real about what is moving below the surface. So the Leo moon activates that Pluto energy also on Sunday. As the moon goes through Cancer, it activates Jupiter and a grand trine in water. So we continue to have that grand trine. It's been activated by some of the faster moving inner planets for many weeks now, or at least many days, as we have gone through the Jupiter Saturn trine, and then having these planets moving through Scorpio. So we had Mars, Sun, Venus, and Mercury, and now Mercury again moving through that point that forms the third point of an equilateral triangle, so a grand trine in water with Jupiter and Saturn. So as of today, Mercury is activating that grand trine. Same grand trine, we've had various versions of it, but that water grand trine energy says there is support, there is a flow, there is something moving, and we can feel it, right? We feel it emotionally, but we also feel it in the energy level. So we feel the vibes. And with water, we feel things before we have the words for them. So some of this is just that sense of intuitive knowing that we get from feeling things. We feel what's moving, we feel what's flowing. And if we trust our own ability to feel those intuitive ways of knowing, we can use that information by being in alignment with our own wisdom. So knowing or feeling what you feel and trusting what you feel can help you navigate those ways of knowing that are not necessarily logical. So that's the grand trine. Also, Mercury moving through Scorpio is reminding us that communication is happening on these deeper levels, these complicated layers of communication, things that are being communicated in nonverbal ways. So again, the feelings, the vibes, the things you're picking up on are probably real, even if you don't have an explanation for it. And communication is being shared through nonverbal ways. So body language, vibes, someone's attitude, the kind of feeling someone brings to the communication is communicating at least as much as the words. So that is the vibe of Mercury in Scorpio. We also are heading into later this week or midweek, Mercury opposing Uranus. And so we're starting to feel that, and that energy of communication and thought processes and everyday language is bringing in this potential for new ideas, new thinking, shakeups, destabilizing energies that are moving through that Uranus in Taurus energy. And if you are, maybe it's just me, I don't know if you recall that we actually had a Scorpio new moon at the beginning of this moon cycle that was at 28 degrees of Scorpio, the sun and moon at 28 degrees Scorpio in an opposition to Uranus. So Mercury in an opposition to Uranus now or later this week will be at that 28-degree point, sort of bringing us back to some of the things that got put in motion. We're processing what is moving, being shaken up, and emerging from the world around us in ways that bring us new information. You can open Pandora's box and then do your heart to slam it back shut, right? I don't want to know that. I don't want to see that. Let's pretend this never happened. Or you can begin the process of working with the new information, the new energies, the new knowledge that is surfacing, and find ways to begin to integrate those pieces of information. What can you do about it? Really reflecting on what it means for you. And it's Sagittarius season. We have Mars, we have Venus in Sagittarius. So thinking about meaning in our lives, what's important to us, what is that bigger picture of truth, of understanding, of our guiding principles, what gives meaning and purpose to our lives. And so we can begin to apply these pieces of information that are surfacing from a deeper truth and ask ourselves, how do I integrate that? How does it affect my understanding? How might I want to update or upgrade or adapt or flex my beliefs, my understanding based on this new information? So just like when we have an earthquake or some major shift that happens very suddenly or quickly, it takes time, right? It takes time to integrate what has changed. It takes time to recover. It takes time to regroup and reorganize and figure out the way forward. So that process will take time, but we can begin by acknowledging the new things that are coming to light and acknowledging their validity and acknowledging their impact on us, being honest with ourselves about that, and then being open to the creative process of rebuilding new pathways based on that information. Today, the moon is in Leo, so doing this work through expression, we need to move. We need to feel and move those feelings into expression. And so it's a great time to play, to do things that help you move your body, do some creative expression like art, singing, dance, movement, activity, anything that just kind of helps you move that energy that's been moving and stirring on the inside and move it through and out of your body. And that will help you, support you in this process of integration and acknowledgement of what is changing. So find your activity, your creative self-expression, something to do to get moving, and or share, right? Tell your story, talk to a friend, whatever that looks like. Speak from your heart, allow yourself to be heard and seen. That's some great Leo moon self-care. All right. Thanks for being here. I'm Marina Orms. You could book a reading with me at astrologyheals.com. Check out my member site, transformationalastrology.com. I haven't added anything new there in a while, but I've got stuff I'm working on. So stay tuned. Thanks for being here. Thanks for subscribing to this YouTube channel. I appreciate you. I appreciate your support, and I will see you next time.